is it, the ultimate game in this college football season. Two teams that have battled through a long regular season, thrive in this 12-team playoff bracket, overcoming adversity along the way. And now, two teams battle for that third championship trophy in the building here tonight. Which side will have their dreams come true? Good evening and welcome to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, site of this year's national championship game. As we'll see the number 7 seed in this playoff, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the SEC, the Georgia Bulldogs. Three-Way Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler with Kirk Turnstreet. It's time to get this national championship game underway and crown a champion. Team is out there, and you can feel the energy. One game to determine the national championship. So it'll be a touchback, ball spotted at the 25.
Establish the run. There's not much there, but give credit to that defensive line and those linebackers attacking the line of scrimmage to negate any chance at all.
So the running play stopped on first down, brings up 2nd and 10 from their 25. Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. It's incomplete. That was caused by the defensive pressure. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
They face 3rd down, trying to build momentum early in this national championship game. Dropping back, we're going to throw for the first down. Fires it to the wideout. He's wide open. Look out. Oh, and he's free down the left side. Can they run him down? Touchdown, Clemson. They draw first blood in this national title game. Some of the crowd hasn't even settled in. We got points on the board. Buckle up, Kirk.
I mean, this is amazing. This is exactly how you envision it, with the long layoff, the height, the pressure, all the interviews you've done, and to be able to start off with an opening drive and a touchdown, couldn't have scripted it any better.
And the PAT is good. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after you scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out, it's Evans. They'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Fake on first down. Scrambling, now he'll make the throw. He makes the grab. The junior brought down after making a great catch.
Chris, a great ability by this quarterback to get outside of the pocket and place the football right where it needs to be for the first down.
Gain on the first play, moves it to the 43. It'll be first down. Looking to pass. It's Stockton. A little bit too much air on that throw by the junior quarterback.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Right down the middle, it's Thomas. You make the tackle. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first. Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Now it's second down here. And he'll set up to throw. Pop to the middle. It's Frazier. They get him down quickly. Not much of a gain on that completion.
They're able to get a short gain to make this third down a little bit more manageable. But it is third and long, so this offensive line's got to be ready, do a good job of communicating, and pick up any potential blitzes here on third and long.
On third down, he drops to throw. Lets it go quickly. But they don't connect. It's incomplete, and it brings up fourth down. So check it out. Here comes the field goal team. They are a long way out, putting a lot of trust in the kicker here. Oh, and he's off target. It's no good. After the miss, still down by 7.
Man, I thought he hit that pretty clean. Good hold by the holder. Everything looked to be the way you'd like as a kicker. He just misses it, and the ball trailed on him and ends up hitting the upright.
And the motion by the back now forces the defense to adjust. Point it up the middle, but stuff for no gain.
Well, when they called that one in, I doubt they thought it was going to go backwards like it did. Normally, you can get a few out of these option plays, but they got nothing here.
Quickly behind the sticks here after the loss. Second down and 11. Looking to pass. It's Klubnik. It's a quick grab. To the 45. Gets out of bounds after a solid gain.
And isn't it fun to watch running backs who can add that dimension to the passing game? They're so dangerous because once they catch the football, they're operating in much more open space than they would be if they're just getting a handoff. And it really tests the linebacker's ability to cover out in space.
On first and 10, looking to throw. Sure hands. It's Moore. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. So let's check this call. Now, instead of a nice gain, they're going backwards with that penalty call. The penalty backs him up first and very long. On the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. Quick throw to his receiver. The pass is intercepted. He's bringing it back. They finally bring him down, but what a return after the takeaway.
Chris, he's just trying to find the hole in his own coverage. But, as you know, those windows can open and close pretty quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So timing's got to be just right, or you're going to see an interception like this.
Offense comes up on first down in 13 personnel. This could create some problems for a defense. They'll try the right side on the toss. Space at the 20. Touchdown, Bulldogs, as they answer with their first score of this title game.
Well, this is what this running back brings to the table for this offense. He's always one touch away from a huge play, and here he gets the ball, gets some space, and from there, no one's going to catch him on his way to the end zone.
So after pulling up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there and booted away. He'll lead the kickoff right there to start from the 25. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. To throw, it's Klubnik. That one falls incomplete. Good defensive play. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
So 2nd and 10 from the 25. Important to get something here to avoid that tough 3rd and long situation. Makes the grab with plenty of room to run. And he's brought down, but it's a 1st down spotted near the 41.
That's another positive gain here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, and you've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
That's incomplete. Even on a 1st down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Oh, it's incomplete. It was right in his hands, and he dropped it.
You know how it is on these slant routes. They're much quicker than maybe the receivers anticipated. To me, it looked like he misjudged this one, and he simply couldn't bring it in.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Moves out of the pocket. Grab down the middle. It's Moore. They finally tackle him all the way down to the 20-yard line.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, especially on 3rd down. Get him the ball.
And the Tigers looking to finish the drive here. It's 1st and goal. Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. Sends right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. Well, they run it right into a blitz. And that linebacker was coming downhill curve.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defense coordinator. You're right. He shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Back to pass. It's Courtney. Launching one to the end zone. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's the point after attempt. The extra point makes the lead 14-7. Scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team not good at kick it away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create good field position here. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. Quarterback making adjustments now what the defense is showing. Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Looking deep downfield to the left. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
Love to see defensive backs who are able to locate the football and break on the ball and be able to go up and make a clean interception. Great play here.
And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Incomplete. That should have been caught. That's on the receiver.
I think the receiver was so focused on setting up the defender on his slant route that he didn't get his head turned and his eyes up to be able to locate the football. He just dropped it.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. Scanning the field. It's Clemson. Quick throw, testing the middle. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Good job of sitting back in zone by this defense. Allows the entire secondary to keep their eyes up and kind of feel the receivers, but recognize when the quarterback releases the ball and then break on it and knock it away. That was perfect technique.
Looking for his big tight end. It's intercepted. Tried to fire it into a tight window. He could go. He'll be taken down, but after a good return. Looks like a man is down on the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Remember, the last possession ended quickly. The interception on the first play. Let's see if they can do better here. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. They don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
So Clemson has the lead here, Kirk, as we head to the quarter break. We've reached the end of one in this battle for the national championship. Before moving on, let's check out the stats so far. They've flipped ends of the field. We're ready now for the second period. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a 2nd down play. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. On the run, he's going to chuck it deep. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag. Brings up 3rd down. Not going to be easy here. Backed up a long way to go for a 1st down. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. To throw, it's Stockton. Bringing pressure. Hit just as he throws the ball. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up 4th down now.
Well, the defense picks the right time to get after this quarterback. 3rd down, critical down and distance. Do a good job of dialing things up and good coverage downfield. He didn't have anywhere to go with the ball.
And the ball rolls down.
Well, the coverage unit does their job here. They're fired up, and they should be. Of course, the punter got some help from his friend, the football, right? What a kick to set them up in a good spot for the defense to go to work.
Looking out throwing here to start the drive. He's looking to make a big play downfield. That ball is incomplete. An aggressive deep shot on 1st down.
Well, in case you're counting at home, that was nearly his 3rd interception of the game. That offensive staff has either got to give this quarterback some easy passes to build his confidence up, or they need to make a change and bring the other guy in. He's just reckless out there so far today.
That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down.
What a hit there by the defender. Tough for the receiver to hold on to the football when he has that kind of contact. Good, clean play by the defense.
Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? Finds a receiver in the middle of the field. Brought down to the 23. Good enough for a 1st down.
Well, it's 3rd down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another 1st down for this offense. They'll try the ground game here. The
junior able to bring him down quickly.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Two backs now flanking the quarterback. Looking to throw. It's Klubnik. Finds his man. It's Davidson. They bring it down, but he makes the 4-yard line. That's a solid game.
You know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? Their own defense. Man, when I played, I used to have defensive guys come down and tell me when we'd have a long drive how much it would allow them to rest and go out and play dominant football.
Fires it to the wideout. Wow, third pick tonight by the QB. Could take it all the way. Touchdown. Defensive score in the title game, and this place is coming unhinged. A defensive touchdown, and suddenly this national championship game is dead even, Kurt.
Wow, great job by this defense of coming up with a turnover and then also being able to turn that into a touchdown. Now all of a sudden the momentum feels like it has shifted, and we have a national championship on the line here.
And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. They have got to bounce back on this possession. They threw a pick 6 last time out here. They'll tackle him right at the 31.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run, you can go to play action, and really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
Offense getting set. It's second down. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Gets moved on the outright. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
You call a quick out on third down. I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
Here's a screen pass to the running back. They bring it down, but the game moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43. Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 now.
Chris, it really looked to me like those linebackers in zone coverage had their eyes in the backfield looking at the quarterback. They lost the running back sneaking out on that angle route. How about the quarterback did a nice job of waiting, being patient, and then making a nice throw for a first down.
The game makes it 2nd and medium. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show me he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows me he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
Set second down play here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Clemson.
This guy has a knack for the end zone, buddy. That's 2 touchdowns for this guy today. And I don't know if he's done yet.
Try the extra point. PAT makes it a 7-point lead. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. fielded in the end zone. It's Humphries. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. So the first play of the drive coming up here under 3 minutes to play before half. Using his legs, it's Frazier. A sophomore with a strong tackle there.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Throwing off play action. He escapes the pocket. And the pass ball is incomplete.
And I love how this defensive coordinator knows how to get after this quarterback. This guy is dangerous when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator understands that. That's why he's trying to hurry up the process. They get pressure on him here. Actually hit him as he's throwing this football.
Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. Dropping back, it's Stockton. Looking to make a play deep downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. And it's a long-distance house ball. Touchdown, Georgia. Folks, we hope you're enjoying this. The national championship game is all tied up. Buckle up now for the finish.
Man, this is everything you can hope for on this biggest stage in a national championship. Both these teams bringing their A game. I can't wait to sit back and see who wins.
And they tack on the extra point. The BAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start with the 25. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. They're going to run it here. Able to pick up just a couple of yards. That's good run defense.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain the run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
They'll have to throw it here on second down. Near the sticks. It's Moore. He runs out of bounds. That's a big gain there.
That's another huge gain for this guy. And I'll tell you what they're doing a good job of is moving him around. He's not aligning just in one spot where the defense has an idea of where he is to try to take him out of the game. They moved him around, giving him a chance to get some one-on-one matchups. And boy, is he taking advantage of that here in the first half of the national title.
Back to pass. It's Klubnik. Another interception. Wow, that's his fourth tonight. Right into the open. Touchdown, Bulldogs. The defense comes up huge in this championship game. Listen to the crowd.
Just a tough spot to be as a quarterback. He feels the pressure. He wants to get rid of the ball. You can see what can happen when the pressure gets to that quarterback right in his face. The ball is up in the air. The defense is able to come down with it, not only for an interception, but they get a touchdown themselves.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now for the 25. On first and 10, they'll look to throw. It's a quick catch. They tackle him at the 38. Solid game. Nice play there. The Tigers hustle to the line to run the hurry-up. On first and 10, they're looking to throw the ball. And it's incomplete, even on a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
Well, this quarterback's having one of those games he just trained a lot of yards and a lot of touchdown passes. And in fact, he had open receivers again for another big play. The defense finally got pressure on him, or I think it would have been potentially another touchdown.
The incompletion makes it second and 10 from the 38. After the incompletion, QB tries it again on 2nd and 10. Well, his incomplete broken up by the defender nicely that time.
Better try to get him the football here on that slant route, but give the defense credit. They swatted away.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Klubnik. And it's incomplete again. 4th down coming up.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Turner brought down by the coverage team. So they'll start this drive here with less than a minute remaining on the first half clock. 1st down. They're going to throw the football. Off target and incomplete.
I don't know if it's the defense that's impacting him, but this quarterback is really struggling. Already has thrown a pick. His mechanics seem to be off. His footwork isn't in sync. Almost threw another pick. Boy, he's going to have to make some kind of adjustments.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Going for a big play downfield. Oh, it's picked off. What a play. They bring him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense near midfield.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Not much time remaining to cut into this lead. He's brought down, but they went backwards after the completion. Good work by the defense.
This is not how you draw it up as an offense coordinator. You got a 1st down play, and you go backwards. Now you're behind the sticks, and that play just never seemed to have much of a chance at all.
2nd down play coming up. Back in motion now. Scanning the field. It's Klubnik. The quarterback delivers quickly. A receiver in the screen. Who's in the clear? Touchdown, Tigers. There was no catching him that time. And this national championship game is now dead even, Kirk. We're going to have a fun finish here.
Yeah, maybe I'm being hopeful, but this has the makings of an instant classic right now. The way these teams are matching each other at an elite level in the national championship, it's getting more advanced the further we go. I'm with you. Maybe it comes down to the wire.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. Here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? 1st down, looking to throw the ball. The pass rush closing in. Hunt with room to run. Oh, and he hits out of bounds after a really nice game there.
Chris, one of the things I love about this running back, it's not just this defense trying to defend him running the football. As you can see here early in this game, trying to get him involved in the passing game. Great call.
Looking to throw it on 1st down. Looking for the wide end. Catch made down the left side. An explosive play. The offense will now quickly spend a timeout. So just before halftime here, out comes the field goal unit. Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. Oh, he missed it. Off target that time. And with the miss, we remain tied. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Tigers will kick this away to start the second half. Bringing it out, it's Evans. Stop at the 22. That's pretty solid coverage there. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They're looking for some points to jump on top here as we get the third quarter going. And you get the second half started with the running play. Going absolutely nowhere to a loss on the play.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
They lose 3 in that play, so now it's second down and 13. Important play coming up. Looking to throw. It's Stockton. The throw complete to the running back underneath. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
That's another accurate throw by this quarterback. And Chris, when we did our prep to get ready for the national championship, we all knew that this quarterback potentially could have a big day. But I didn't expect him to get into this kind of zone. This guy cannot miss just having one of those dream performances.
Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. On the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Looking downfield. He's got a man down the middle. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down. Dogs come to the line to set a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Oh, my goodness. That looked to be the defensive back who came flying up there to put the pressure on the quarterback.
A sack sets up a second down and very long. They'll run it here. He's brought down, but not before the gain to the 42-yard line.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid game, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
The offense facing a tough conversion here. 3rd and long from the 42. Looking downfield. It's Stockton. Defense is coming after him. Incomplete. He was hit as he threw the ball. It's a big 3rd down defensive play.
Well, it's a big stop here by this defense. Tie game, just getting into the second half. Make some good adjustments. Good awareness there on that 3rd down play. And now it sets up a 4th down.
Dogs will bring their punt team onto the field when he comes for his 2nd punt of the game. And the coverage team lets the ball roll dead. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. There's some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Grab behind the line. It's Haynes. He will be stuffed for no gain.
Well, this is exactly what you want to see from the defense. Yeah, you give up the catch, but you're right there to be able to stop this receiver from making any yards after the catch.
Quarterback looking to pass here on 2nd down. With the catch, it's Davidson. It's a nice game. They move the football up to the 27.
Well, he continues to have time to throw the football, and he makes his defense pay for it. Now, they realized coming into this game they had to take away his ability to throw the football downfield, but it's the receivers and their plays after the catch that's really giving them a hard time.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for his big tight end. Catch is made down the middle. He stopped out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield.
And here the tight end shows off his hands for a nice gain. Love to see the big man get his touches.
The drive stays alive with that first down completion. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Running out of time in the pocket. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw. Good pass rush there on first down.
Good adjustment here by the defensive coordinator. Let's face it, it's been a tough game so far for this defense. They've given up a ton of yards and touchdowns through the air. This time they figured out a way to affect his timing, and they get the pressure to hit him before he can make another play.
There's some pre-snap movement in the backfield. It's a fly to the wideout. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. And they bring him down, but not before he reaches a 38. First down from there.
Man, another big-time catch by a Clemson wide receiver. How long have you and I been saying that, it seems like, over the years? Going back to Sammy Watkins and DeAndre Hopkins and Mike Williams and Hunter Renfrow and T. Higgins, all those guys on the NFL having great careers, and now watching these players today in that same Clemson uniform making those big plays.
And looking to throw now on first down. He's going to take off here. Finding some room at the 25. Gets down to avoid the big hit.
With the defense and man coverage, nobody there to account for the quarterback. A clear path opens up, a lot of space out in front. The quarterback made the defense pay big time.
Clemson now operating in the red zone. Now in the red zone, it's Klubnik. Touchdown, Clemson. And that will give them the lead now.
You talk about being in the zone. This guy continues to make big plays. That's another touchdown pass for the quarterback.
Extra point try coming now. The extra point is good. Back in front of the shootout, 35-28. Touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Evans. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. Georgia offense is back out on the field. They came up empty on the last possession, forced to punt it away. They begin to click now. And there's the handoff. They test the middle there, but get nothing.
You get to the national championship, Chris, you'd love to see more balance. They've not been able to run the football the entire game, putting everything on this quarterback in their passing game.
Now rolling out to his left. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years.
He cannot escape. It's a sack.
Well, here we are in the national championship, and you always talk about offense. And it is. It's become an offensive game. But how fitting to see this defense. This team has a nice lead, and a large portion of that has to do with the way they've been able to get after this quarterback. That's the second sack in this game.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. Back to throw. It's Stockton. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Well, they don't make the complete completion here. The timing seemed to be off between the quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually that's going to cost you.
A tough situation with the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. We'll see if the defense brings some heat here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's running out of time here. Makes the grab on the right side for a big gain. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a 1st down.
Really good job here of converting by this offense. And let's face it, at this point in the game, because they have such a big hole to climb out of, they've got to be able to convert and come up with a new set of downs. They do it here. Now they got a real shot to cut into this lead.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
He's looking for that deep completion. I love the chunk play. I love the idea of being aggressive. They just come up empty.
This is the 6th play on the drive. Inside give now from the shotgun. Slams right into a wall. They've got him for a loss. So Clemson has the lead here, Kirk, as we head to the quarter break. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter in this national championship battle that has lived up to the hype. For the final period, let's check out the game stats. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who is going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on 3rd down. Dropping back. It's Stockton. Caught over the middle. It's Young. Defense wraps him up after a 6-yard gain. Brings up 4th down. The Bulldogs will come to the line, looking to keep the drive going on 4th down. Needs a completion here on 4th down. Looking downfield near the end zone. Touchdown. Great catch when they desperately needed it.
Well, what a job by the offensive coordinator going to that 5-wide receiver set, creating the one-on-one matchups, finding the most favorable matchup, and then going to that receiver for the score.
Does his job with the PAT, and this ball game is tied here in the 4th quarter. And he'll lead the kickoff right there to start from the 25. And the powerful Clemson offense is back out there. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Oh, and it's intercepted. Kind of a mistake late in the game. Touchdown, Georgia. Defensive score in a tiny game, and this place is coming unhinged. Is that a championship-winning play? A defensive score to take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Could we potentially be looking at the MVP of the national championship game after that play? Big-time stop by this defense, but more importantly, taking matters into their own hands and putting 6 on the board themselves. Interesting now to see how this game will finish.
And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And out comes the offense set to take over here. To the air. It's Klubnik. Locates the tight end. It's complete. They They stop it with 47, but that's enough for a first down. The Tigers will crank up the tempo.
You talk about a dream football game at the college level. This guy's now over 400 yards passing today.
Grab down the middle. It's Williams.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
A completion makes it second and medium. Here's the snap with a throw. Tries the good throw. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down.
Man, this wide receiver has been a difference maker in this football game. He's got 2 touchdowns already. Now they look to him again, and he picks up the first down.
This could be a dramatic finish, marching toward a tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Handoff here from the shotgun. Breaks off a defender.
That's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Second down after that run on the previous play. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Pop over the middle. It's Davidson. They make the stop at the 26, but it's a first down. This offense in good scoring position now.
This guy's throwing for yards every single time he drops back to throw. Believe it or not, he's closing in on almost 450 yards passing in this game.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Looking for the end zone, has a lane. Touchdown, Tigers. This offense is still clicking. Monster stage, another touchdown. This quarterback and receiver having a game we're never going to forget.
Well, and the defense right now has got to be pulling their hair out, trying to come up with ways to slow him down, whether they play zone or they play man. Nothing is working, and give credit to this quarterback. He just keeps dialing up his guy and keeps coming up with touchdowns.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so a touchback will start at the 25. Offense is back out on the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid right down for a touchdown. That run takes it across the 30-yard line.
It's a really good, solid run. I know it's not the flashiest big play, but it's important for your offense to be able to get yards like that on early downs. You stay ahead of the chains, and it opens up the playbook for the 2nd and 3rd down coming up.
Offense getting set up. Here's 2nd down. To throw, it's Stockton. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. Important 3rd down play coming up. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. With the catch, it's Branch. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up 4th down.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the 1st down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this 4th down and short.
Tie ball game late, and they're going for it on 4th down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a 1st down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
Well, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a 1st down.
Quarterback keeps the football. And the defense smothers him for no gain.
that's exactly how you want to defend the option. You know, old school way is assignment football. You have to account for the quarterback and the pitch man. Here, the quarterback had really nothing other than just kind of lower his head and get as much as he could. Fortunately for the defense, it wasn't very much.
To the air, it's Stockton. On the move now. He'll heave the ball deep down that right side. Trying to go very deep there. Good effort. That's third down.
You know, they don't hit this downfield, but it gives you an idea of how much pressure this quarterback can put on this defense. They've got to cover all these receivers, worry about the running game, try to pressure the quarterback, and then deal with him when he breaks out and scrambles like that. He's a threat to run or throw.
Challenging play for the offense. They face third and long here from their own 43. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Can't hold on. Good defensive play brings up a fourth down.
What a hit there on third down. The timing was perfect, and now we got a big fourth down play.
And the Bulldogs will bring their punt team onto the field. And that sets up a return. And the coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. Okay, the Clemson offense heads back out onto the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Behind the line, it's Haynes. Tackle made at the 41. It's a nice game to get closer to the 50.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch and gets the first down in the process.
See what the call is on 1st and 10. Send the back in motion. Looking downfield. It's Klubnik. It's toward the sideline. Finds the running back. They bring him down, but a solid game there on first down. Needs to be just inches short of the mark.
One thing I love about this back is how he gets involved in the passing game. Nice catch here.
Come to the line for second down and very short now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
Ooh, how about the offensive line? That's just getting a hat on a hat, opening just enough room for the back to be able to get through there for a big gain.
Clemson getting set with a 1st and 10 now. And the quarterback dropping back. It's an out route. The catch made. Tackle made at the 26-yard line. This offense getting closer to the red zone.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. And that's a great example that he's up to it.
Fresh set of downs for the offense after that first down completion. Hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here.
Well, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling them to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Looking to pass. It's Klubnik. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, and he dropped it. You do not see that very often from this guy. It's going to bring up third down.
Now, that's going to bring up a critical third down here as we're late into this football game in a drive where they need points. This control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you can go to, whether it's a run or a pass. But you've got to come up with a first down.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Lets it go quickly. Grab down the middle. It's Moore. Touchdown, Clemson. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
That is just an outstanding job by this quarterback. With the game on the line, he finds the matchup with his go-to receiver, makes a perfect throw here to the receiver, and they score late to take the lead.
Extra point knocked right down the middle. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. Bringing it out, it's Humphreys. He tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. And the first play of the drive now coming up at the 17-yard line. First down in the Florida football. It's Thomas. That's out of bounds after a solid game.
Well, Chris, just like this in the fourth quarter, you're working this 2-minute drill. It's a one-possession game. Every single time you can get first downs and out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you do to want to move the ball down the field and eventually put it into the end zone.
Making the pass. It's Stockton. Pressure is coming. It's incomplete. It was hit as he threw a good pass rush there on first down.
Smart decision here by the defensive coordinator to go with dime coverage, get more speed on the field, extra defensive backs, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football for this quarterback.
Here we go. Final minutes of this national championship game. Can this quarterback step up and become a hero? The pocket breaking down.
No. GG. I was honestly hoping they would just throw it away. This game always eludes me, bro. This fucking game.
Is out there. Here comes a two-point conversion attempt. The throw. It's Stockton.
Oh my gosh, Chris! All he had to do was look it in, and he drops it. Let's see how that drop ends up affecting him the rest of this game.
GG's.
Good call here to go with this onside kick. It looked like they may have had a shot to be able to come up with this recovery. Unfortunately, they don't, and this could have wrapped up the ball game.
So with the lead secure here, it's time to just take a knee, run out the clock, and plan the victory celebration. There's the snap, and he just takes a knee. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. For the last team standing at the top of the mountain for the national champion.
Well, it's been so much fun to watch this team play all year long. championship. They come through one more time. And as you say, they hold the trophy. They are the national champions of the year.
And that's going to do it as we crown another national champion and punctuate a wild, exciting season of college football. For Kirk Street and our entire crew behind the scenes, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Clemson Tigers.